In this video, we will be taking a look at Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, an open-world tactical shooter set in Bolivia. Overall, Ghost Recon Wildlands has a very familiar feel to it, and it plays almost like Metal Gear Solid 5 minus all the supernatural zombie stuff that was going on. You spend a lot of time wandering about the wilderness, carefully planning out how you're going to take out an enemy encampment, outpost, or base, and get into intense firefights when everything fails. What makes this so much more fun is that you can bring friends with you. Wildlands also borrows a ton of elements from other Ubisoft franchises. Change around your attire that has nothing to do with your stats and switch out numerous weapon attachments like in The Division, seamlessly drop into or out of co-op like The Crew, jump out of a helicopter and use parachute mechanics developed by the team that worked on paragliding and Steep, give and receive assistance from the rebel forces of a third world country like in Far Cry, use your drone like you would in Watch Dogs 2, and run around to find collectibles in the open world, infiltrate enemy positions stealthily or forcibly, like in Assassin's Creed. For a long time, Ubisoft has tried to borrow different mechanics from all their games to use in their new releases, and this particular blend is pretty good. The main focus of this game at the moment is tactical multiplayer co-op. The experience typically starts off with choosing a mission or objective, traveling however far across the huge map to get somewhere near your destination where you won't be detected, scouting the area with binoculars or the use of your drone, and coordinating takedowns with your teammates to reach the objective. To the relief of many FPS fans out there, the enemies in this game aren't the bullet sponges we've seen in The Division. At the beginning of the game, it seems simple enough, clearing whole areas by sniping enemies from a distance or taking them out as they wander off on their own. But the game does a good job of changing that up by introducing variables like spotlights, group patrols, guard towers, alarms, interiors, helicopter patrols, and power sources. It feels really good when the plan succeeds without a hitch, though going in guns blazing can be pretty fun too. If you want to go the more tactical route, setting up your party of friends beforehand is pretty important, as random people from matchmaking will usually rush and make mistakes. Of course, if you don't have friends, playing with the AI team isn't too bad. It looks bad sometimes when your AI teammate sneaks right in front of an enemy, though the enemy AI is more lenient when it comes to detecting them, and more often than not, the AI will ignore your teammates and they will remain undetected. Now onto the world itself. Like I previously mentioned, you will be traveling quite a bit in this game, whether it be by driving, flying, hoofing it on foot, or crawling. The map itself is impressive, varied, and huge. For those of you who've played GTA 5, you know how long it could take to get to your destination if you spawned on the other side of a map for a mission or heist. Well, here is the GTA 5 map, and here is the GTA 5 map on top of the Wildlands map to scale. There's always something different around every corner as well, as you'll come across winding mountain roads, dense forests, salt flats, ruins of abandoned towns, civilian populated cities, and snow-covered peaks. The combination of the day-night cycle and the dynamic weather system result in some pretty impressive visuals, along with affecting the visibility during missions. The aesthetic and variation of the world will make you want to explore, and Ubisoft has placed no limitations on doing so. From the beginning of the game, you can wander into the other territories and freely do side quests, main quests, or search for items in those areas. You'll actually feel like you're set loose in a different country. The story itself isn't too bad. Its strong point is that it's definitely believable. If you were to present this story to me in written format and told me that it were true, I probably wouldn't have second guessed it. With that said, I feel like it caters to the individual who really likes realistic military sims, because as the events that happen within the story are terrible if it were real life, they aren't overly dramatic as some of the narratives we see in other games. PvP has been announced, but at the time of this review, there are very few details we know about it other than it being 4v4. There is also an in-game store for this game that is quite pricey. There are some apparel items and weapons that you can only get from the store, but there are already so many customization options and weapons available in the game, you won't really be missing out. Overall, the Ghost Recon Wildlands experience is a good one. This game is best played with friends, but the single player experience can be just as entertaining and immersive. If you liked other Tom Clancy games, Metal Gear Solid 5 or GTA 5, there's no question that you'd enjoy this game as well. My name is Phunkyzz, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.